Thank you so much, F. And turn up. The next game that we're going to be seeing is Titan versus OMG. But before we do that, we're going to look at their roster. First up is the champions from Europe, Titan.
Titan. Country. Replicas. Pretty Prime. Kanye Life. Anorexia.
And that was your roster for Titan. Now we're going to be looking at the champions of China's roster, OMG.
OMG. OMG. Nifan. Mingjayu. Fighting J. Never enter.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Alienware Analyst Desk. And, of course, we have a great matchup lined up for you. We had two amazing matchups. If you're just joining us here, we saw Cognitive Red take out a DID. And then we just witnessed SK face off against Wheel of Bacon. Now it is time for our #1 seeded European team, Titan, to go up against OMG. Very excited for this matchup. Drybear, let's talk about this because OMG, you had a lot of good things to say about this team in the pre-show.
Yeah, OMG, I think, is probably one of the stronger international teams coming into this. They looked very intense, and I think that there's a lot of holes to work with on Titan. After watching the scrims all throughout the week and really watching the players prepare, it seems like Titan is not on the level of SK. I mean, Titan seems like they have enough wiggle room there for them to get in and start breaking away the armor. And I think OMG has a good chance of winning this match, and I would really like to see what they pick to go into it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. But Zimp, you've been very, very much on the side of SK. What is it about Titan? How do you feel about this squad right now coming into the World Championships?
I think Titan relies too heavily on replicas to do well in order to win. He needs like a Kali or something that snowballs the entire team. If he fails to if he gets banned out, for example, I mean, I have a feeling they're just gonna crumble and fall and just rely too heavily on replicas to come back, and he might not be able to do that.
All right, and it seems like we're gonna get ready here for the first step in the picks and bans banning. Drybear, who are you expecting to go?
Honestly, obviously second pick's going to go straight for Serket. She's got to go, and second pick has to do it. Sylvanas off the table here. We saw some really interesting comps from OMG, like a Sylvanas Cupid. They like running that aggressive lane, hooking them in and doing some major damage, especially keeping them in the Cupid ultimate. The next ban from Titan's going to be Ao Guang shutting down that control. OMG is going to get rid of Giannis. That leaves a lot on the table.
All right, who do you think is going to go first here? What's going to be that first option? If you're on the Titan side, Zimp, who's the first?
I just want to lock down the jungle. If I were replicas, just give him the Kali or just give him like, maybe a Osiris, just something for the late game. Kali is not banned, so there it is.
Pick lock, that was fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you concerned about, so in this particular matchup, if you're Titan, are you more concerned about the late game, or are you just kind of just
late game? They've always been late game. They try to do early game plays. Most of the time it doesn't work out, but then just come back late game. Like Afro Kali combo is insane.
I do agree. I think their Titans' early game synergy and team plays is overall kind of lackluster. However, I do like the fact that they secured Replicas as like, if we don't survive early, late game Replicas got our back. So I really do like that. And then with the Isis and on her pick, it's interesting.
Where do you envision that going? For OMG, Apologist gets picked up by Titan. And Agni gets picked up. So interesting selections here.
I'm curious why OMG prioritized on her over a lot of the other hunters. I wonder what they're trying to go for. It probably will, because you could already tell Isis early game, control, like maybe even early aggression in the jungle or objectives, and then you have on her. On her is a really early game AD carry. So I'm thinking OMG's coming out with the guns.
Mingzhiyu plays a fantastic Isis, but I think they actually picked this because Pretty Prime was practicing Isis a lot. Pretty Prime's been playing Isis for the last month in preparation for this event. OMG somehow found that out, locked it in. They're hovering on Odin here, which obviously Kali can get out, Apollo has to ult to get out, but Agni is locked in. I wonder if they're looking for early ganks on the mid lane.
Odin.
Odin got locked in. I mean, you have the Odin Isis combination, which is great, but I mean, at the same time, you have... Well, you only have one leap on Titan, really. I mean, Agni and Apollo cannot get out of the Owner ring, so I mean, they might be...
Well, Apollo can ult.
He can ult away, but
right.
maybe they have enough damage to burst him down before he can ult away. It's an okay pick. I'm not a big fan of Odin, but it can work.
What I
Or
really
banned
like
out,
here-
get banned out. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. What I really like here is that Titan banned out Thor. And what's interesting is I think they're starting to recognize, and Thor with that team comp would be absolutely devastating coming out of OMG. Because I like the third pick, Odin, because what they did was, oh, Apollo Agni, you can't jump out of this. Oh, boom, someone should die.
Well, that's a shock. That means he can just silence the leaps. It's brilliant. I mean, if you have a leap away on Kali, just silence the Kali. She cannot ulti, she cannot leap out. And then Isis ultimate on top of that. Boom.
So the main goal with Odin, right, and he's really known as a warrior that falls off late game. His damage control is not there, and the problem with Odin is that he doesn't really have the influence over the whole match, but if you can lock people in, you can do a few cool things. Obviously, the team fights are a big portion. So we're talking about Ring of Spears, Odin's ultimate, keeps him inside. You can't walk through it. Teammates can, however, but the beauty of it is that if they're going for Gold Fury, you can lock the cage down on Gold Fury and keep them out the entire time.
Is the concern, though, that OMG is preparing way too much for the early portion of this game? They're not really prepping for the long haul like Titan is?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially with Thanatos,
everything
that's it.
has to connect at this point.
That's Thanatos. That's early game.
There's no...
Well, that's it. I mean, Thanatos is locked in. We'll dive into this when we come back here at the Alienware Analyst Desk. We're going to go ahead, toss it over to our casters. We're going to get ready for the action. Take it away, fellas.
I'm supposed to speak here, but I just saw a Thanatos, a Chak, and an Odin.
See, me, it's Thanatos, Isis, and Odin. I feel like they're doing this to make me mad.
Why are you still here? Like, have you moved from the seat?
No.
All day. He's been here all day.
They were going to have someone else, but I'm actually stuck to
It's
the
like
chair.
you're on a leash.
I actually,
are
the
on a
headset is
leash.
kind of like a leash.
So, the teams have been picked.
Third game of the
They're
day.
both signed up. Third game of the day, Titan versus OMG. This is the only matchup where both of these first place teams are meeting in the first round.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
the biggest team out of China and the biggest team out of EU, even though they're the most underestimated.
So biggest thing here is that Comfrey got his Aphrodite and Repikas got his Kali. That's huge. Pretty Prime, who is known for his Vulcan play, opts into Agni, considering the recent nerf to Vulcan will stop the knockback from also having a stun, meaning he can't stop Isis's damage.
So it's going to be a bit of an issue for him to have to deal with that as well. Athena being picked up as well. We like to see. Kanye has like 3 gods in his god pool that we know of. We know what worlds are like. But he's got 3 gods in his god pool, and it's generally Ares, Ymir, and now and again he'll play Athena.
Well, we're going to see how he does here. We're going into the third game of the day in just a few seconds here. This is, again, going to be Titan, #1 seed out of Europe, coming against, oh my God.
I love that name. I love that name. I hope they go all the way. They deserve to because of the name. Because I mean, go in the finals. Oh my God! It'll be so good. It'll be so good.
Let's get into the game.
Into the game, as you can see on the map now, here are the 2 teams, the EU #1 seed, alongside China's #1 seed as well of OMG. And early off, groupings going on straight away.
They got to be careful here. They do have the heavy hammer, which is a huge swing. There's no kiss available if she's going to activate on the bird. What? How do they know? What in the world? What is happening? They're just sitting at the tower. They're like, nope, not fighting China.
I think they've been watching the China regionals. When China did this in the regionals, they all grouped for a fight. And look at Thanatos, he's just leading the way. He's looking for his.
Yeah, they have Thanatos, they have Odin, they have Shock with Heavy Hammer, Isis, one of the strongest mages at level 1, comparatively to Afro, not great at level 1, Kali, not great at level 1, Apollo, decent at best. Very smart of them to let them control the early game. No reason to mess with Thanatos.
Look at the 2 wards, either side of the mid harpies from Titan. They're not giving much vision apart from for just harpies. That's it.
See,
That's
this
all
is
it's giving vision for.
This is why Titan, even though they might be mechanically weaker than some other teams, is still. Oh, what is happening?
Oh, he's gonna catch
Got
him.
the slow. Oh, Isis there as well. Wow, beautiful pincer. And with the mid camp spawning on the right side, wards be damned. We're going to see mid camps go the way of OMG.
Yeah, OMG are going to take those ones. The left one's still standing on the left-hand side of the blue buff. There's an invade going on again by OMG.
They didn't steal it.
Did not get stolen, though, so they get the experience, but can they get the blue buff? That's the question.
Kanye should just pick this up and go to lane.
He should pick it up, and then he should invade on their blue.
The two creeps actually got drawn away, and they couldn't defend against all of it.
So they had to pull back at the start. So now it's going to be OMG with the lane clear advantage now after that, but they're behind on experience.
They just got the blue buff on the bottom side. Engine, for some reason, not picking it up.
Don't know why he's chosen to do that. Nice poke damage to
why?
Comfrey, and the leap away has to be done by Repicast, but Comfrey chunked to half already, still level 1, and the buff still stands.
I would have liked to see Nifang save the Death Scythe and just auto-attack the Kali, force the jump, and then read the jump landing with the Death Scythe. That could have been first blood.
Left-hand side, a bit of poke coming out once again between these two. You can see the aggression in there. It's Odin, Athena. It's natural to see so much aggression.
Odin just hit level 2, which means he's going to have access to the bird bomb, so keep your eyes on the damage meters, guys. They're going to spike.
Left-hand side, though, Isis, she's hanging around the corner here looking for a rotation out of
She's looking for Athena.
She's looking for the rotation, but the problem is that these Harpies have still stayed standing.
They just got a ping out. I think they just spotted out Thanatos. Remember, those wards are sitting in the mid camps.
They are sat in the mid camps now, so they know it's up, and both teams have ward position here. Now they're going to get started. It's a 2v2 scenario. Nobody else is going to get involved, and it looks like Titan's just going to give them up.
All right, so 1 creep in the middle, miss 2, creep in experience, 3 in gold, and it looks like he's going to give at least 5 away in gold. But they did get mid camps. That helps a lot.
I feel Titan feel like they're playing very safe.
And they should.
They're respecting the Chinese team.
Well, I mean, they should. I mean, Thanatos obviously stronger than Kali in the early game. Isis obviously stronger than Agni. Odin insanely stronger than Athena in the early game. On her, stronger. I mean, they're stronger in every regard for the first 10 minutes. Once we see Kali start to get some items online and Aphrodite get those smooches off, things might change.
Well, speed buff going to be started up now by OMG. Thanatos, they're getting help from Isis for the extra experience. The lane was pushed. Not going to lose any experience on that one. And now you can see Thanatos rotating around with the blue buff on the back for check.
So what this is going to do for OMG, and this is very important, is it's going to offset the normal 4-minute timers coming out from the top side of the jungle. This encourages OMG to go for invades on the respawn, which is going to be in about 90 seconds.
Thanatos on the right, going to come into lane. There's no wall coverage for Comfrey here, but he's going to see that he's going to get aggressed on, actually forcing the sprint out there, I believe.
Engine is actually doing a ton of just lane splitting, camp splitting. Remember, guys, no Bumpus Mask on Thanatos generally won't do very well with it, considering his low mana cost and his ability to heal himself. So we are seeing the death toll, but we aren't seeing a lot of damage.
We are not seeing... Thanatos is going up at the moment. Where's he going to come down?
He caught him.
He's going down on him. Good stun coming out. And with Repicast going in too. The trade's good. Isis ball doesn't land the stun. Thanatos is the one that loses that trade overall.
And Kanye Life not level 5. Great play coming out from both sides. Amazing offense, catches the stun, or rather the dash. He gets stunned out. The defense, though, coming out from Repicast was beautiful. Bird bomb perfectly on time. OMG has done their homework.
Right, Harpies go down left. Going to be a long time out, but this close. Could get caught. Kanye's in a good position here. Repicast and Prime waiting on the wings. The bomb over the wall. There's no enough burst to bring him down.
I don't know how much experience... Actually, the correct play there, Fighting Jay kind of missed it. If he had used Hand of the Gods on the creeps, he could have used the cage to lock Athena in. That would have been first blood. I don't know if he missed it or he chose not to do it outright. Even so, OMG still maintains a very small lead by about 500 gold.
So how do you feel about Chak with this heavy hammer in the solo lane? I mean, he started with it, but he's not really abused it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, maybe he's afraid of Comfrey, though he does have a small experience advantage. You can see he is already level 6.
Right, we're going to see some damage aggression onto Anher, who immediately jumps away.
Smart.
Kanye just didn't risk anything. Just play it safe, play it cool, do not make a mistake.
It looks like we're going to see a double back coming out from Titan, whereas on the top side, Mingjiu is still trying to keep himself in the game here. He takes some damage from the creeps here, but he can afford to with the double back. With this, I should expect a back here.
Well, left Harpies are spawning soon, and they both should have a time run this one down to the ward, as well as OMG were the ones that took the camp. So keep an eye on this left-hand Harpies. It's going to be very important for this experience.
Not blinking quite yet. No, there it goes right now. We are going to see a rotation coming out from Fighting Jay, but I don't know if he wants to jump into 3.
Careful. He gets taunted. The bomb comes down from Prime. The ring is defensively used. Thanatos is in the sky. He's looking to come down and hit someone there.
Double stun.
Land onto Repicast, who jumps away. There's nothing more going to come from this, or is there? Apollo!
They're pressuring. Apollo's in there, doesn't get the knockback onto Fighting Jay, who runs away. And it looks like OMG will take the mid camps, but the taunt's going to be underneath thing. They're doing some damage. First blood could be going down, but the ice is all going to save it.
The silence!
First blood goes to China!
China takes first blood, but it's not over yet because Ming comes through for the second. There's Isis for the third, and China take the lead.
3-1, 5 minutes into the game, and Ataraxia is getting chased on the wrong side of the map with no ultimate available.
He has no ult.
Serenade's down.
But look at the team. That's just zoning. They're doing the Gold Fury
This
right
is
now.
brilliant.
Great play.
This is absolutely perfect. Ataraxia trying to make a defense here.
Athena's
There
coming.
goes the silence. Athena's in there. Oh my God, takes the Gold Fury. Enging's going to go down. Fighting Jay super low. They're going to trade out 1-for-1 there.
Run,
Looks like
Kanye.
Oh my God, Kanye trying to juke out. Let it go. The Gold Fury's been taken in for the first time. One of the regions that's not NA or EU has gained an actual lead.
A good lead too. It's 2.5 thousand experience, just over, and 2.4k gold. The lane was pushed up. This is great for OMG. So many people underestimated them.
You know, first of all, that was one of the best Gold Furies I have ever seen in my entire time playing or casting this game. Separating Ataraxia without an ult from the bunch and sending Isis over there to keep him busy.
Just one person to keep him busy. Out of the fight, get the objective. Very important. Right-hand side.
Thanatos actually just activated.
He's all in.
Yeah, he's going. He has sent
He wants the blue. He's going to dunk down.
Is he going to do this?
Will he get a blue? He
got it.
secures the blue, and now you're going to have to see Kelly jump away. He steals the blue.
This team. But remember, guys, this is a lot of early game pressure. Aphrodite's not online yet. Kali's not online yet. Apollo's certainly not online yet. But they're doing a great job, man. OMG, I mean, if they can pressure into the first Fire Giant like 15 minutes.
Prime hits 3 people with the stun. They're forcing the Isis ultimate in defense because he's scared of the rotation coming in. Left-hand side, Apollo showed him with Anher, though, and Anher's losing that trade.
Yeah, Mingzi using a lot of trouble. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold this one for much longer. He should back right now.
Fighting's on the way.
If he gets aggressive, I don't know how I'm going to like this, considering Athena's Defender of Olympus is coming up in 1 second.
Check out Fighting and just actually put a sentry ward down defensively near the Harpies. They're trying to get Harpy control already, even with the Gold Fury down. But now he's going to come into lane as Anher jumps away.
Bird bomb.
Nice bird bomb, but that'll be all she wrote.
Ataraxia taking a ton of damage there, underestimating Odin. And, you know, one of the things we talk about is we think Odin's not a very good character, but that doesn't mean that the things he does do well you shouldn't be scared of, like the early game bird bomb hitting you for 600 damage.
It does do a lot of damage. You've got to respect it in every situation. But as the game goes on, it's not as strong, but the ring becomes stronger because the healing reduction is there throughout, but the attack speed, the attack speed could be an issue.
Hovering Death coming up in about 10 seconds. Gonna whisper, make sure no one hears me. Then again, Scent of Death already up. They could go for it. Left side Harpies, there's no rotation. Prime could possibly throw a meteor down to take it, but Athena's, I don't know if she's even gonna make it in time.
It doesn't look like Titan want to contest these left Harpies at all. I think they're realizing like you said, early game they're weaker. They've lost the trade for the Harpy fight last time. Murder's going to go in now.
Oh, they're trying for it here. Stun going to come out. Agni's Noxious Fumes is on cooldown, but Fighting Jay will run back 3-4 right now. Titan is still at a deficit. Let's take a look at the graphs here. We're 2,500 experience ahead and 2,200 gold in favor of the Chinese monsters, OMG.
Chinese monsters, indeed. They were the top-seeded team coming into this from China. And right now, they're putting on a performance that a lot of people did not expect.
I don't think anyone expected. Maybe we expected a first blood. They can go for it. You know, we saw DID
we saw
before.
DID, yeah.
But I never in a million years expected the Gold Fury play that they just made. It was brilliant.
The Gold Fury play and the fight that caused all that was the big situation. They saw the opportunity and went for it immediately. It's pretty important for a big-name team to make sure they realize those opportunities and take them.
So bottom side, Repicas finally going to hit into level 8. Nifeng already level 9. They should continue their pressure onto Kali. And I'm looking right now, Scent of Death has been activated, but again, not activating that Hovering Death. He's wasting a lot of farm time now.
He's waiting around looking for an opportunity, but he's not going to find one. Safely farming under the towers Ataraxia. So just going to have to wait around. Now he's going to rotate mid, as is Odin. Their right-hand Harpies are spawning DM. They're already setting up.
All right, so Comfrey kisses up on Repicas here. We're going to see a push onto the, looks like solo lane. I'm not sure why they're trying to push Enging out so hard. I mean, given the fact that he's already level 11, he's not going to have any trouble counter-pushing this wave directly after. It could just be some extra experience for Repi, who is still significantly farther behind than expected.
Do you remember a game against Cloud9 that got played?
That's true.
Do you remember what god he was on?
Yeah, it was Cullen.
Do you remember that they got behind him and losing really badly?
Yeah, he was very far behind. And then something about a quadra kill and then going to Worlds.
Going to Worlds. It's only a small thing, you know? get by. Right, and Harpies do go to OMG, and you can see Thanatos go straight up as Prime's doing some damage. That circle of protection very, very early used again by Zitz.
Oh, no, he's going down.
He's going on Kanye, but
he's stunned him. Oh, the stun's actually going to miss.
Teleport.
Cage is going to be good there. That's going to be a free kill. Kanye life gets picked off again.
Oh, the teleport was Chak teleported and Repicast went, no, denied, I'll kill your ward. He was going to teleport to the ward got deleted, and Chak's like, well, I guess I'll just stay in lane.
Honestly, it's not that bad of a play considering the fact that since he didn't rotate and they might not have gotten the kills off of it, they still managed to, find the ward out, but he got a free wave of experience.
He did get a free wave of experience. The ping's going down from Titan there onto the Gold Fury. They know it's available, so he's actually already flashing. And you can already see the position. Sentry ward positioned at the backside, the side towards OMG near that Gold Fury area.
So Engine actually going to be rotating towards the right side once again. Aphrodite, it looks like, is going to fight for the Gold Fury. She's moving up to mid.
She is moving up to mid right now. That's just preparation more than anything. But Chak has that teleport still. It wasn't used. It's not on cooldown. So he can stay in this lane and push the tower.
Should go on cooldown.
I agree.
I'm just saying.
I agree. Well, Ataraxia is going to trade out with Isis there around the Gold Fury now. Mid Harpy's available. There's Kanye going in. Going to get a nice taunt off onto Thanatos. Force the beads. And there's Rapicast going to the stun. Connects and Rappy finds himself a kill. Athena used the ultimate a bit premature. I don't think Murder needed to do that.
But hey, I mean, it's better than him not getting the kill. He wanted to make sure it was secured, and Repicast finds his target there for an extra bonus of gold, which is going to be huge considering he was 1-1 in the engagement. Now the Sentry Ward comes out here. It looks like Comfrey's going to be able to put that. No, where did Comfrey's go?
I'm not sure.
Oh, it's
right now Jay's going to come in and get taunted by Kanye. A lot of damage from the birds. Uses the ring and jumps away. The Gold Fury has not reset, and they're actually getting free damage off it because the person who's got aggro, the Gold Fury can't get for the ring.
Here comes Neveron. We're going to see a blink in here. Nice stun, but it's going to be activated out. Here comes the Isis ult. Check it on the back line. They can steal this away. Comfrey already goes down. Oh my God,
the Gold Fury
again!
And now they're going to start trying to get lives as well. Rapicast has to run, and you can see Agony's on the way back as well. Pretty Prime retreating to mid lane. OMG with the rotation, they pick up second. Gold Fury extending their lead.
See, I understand why they call him Fighting Jay, because he refuses to back off.
Talk about fighting, because here comes Thanatos onto Pretty Prime, surrounded by 5 members.
Got him.
But Ataraxia's coming in. No, don't go in there. It's not a good idea.
The spirit of the playmaker, Zatman, comes in, and you know what? Zatman gets out as well. That's how he does it. Ataraxia just barely escaping from that. I'm very surprised to see them not pressure down this tier 1, but there is a jungle invade. Double hand of the gods coming out. Red's going down.
Taking red, blue's available as well. You can see they're already over there in position looking. The sad thing is they could have checked speed. Speed's such an important buff to the jungler, especially on Carly.
Yeah, right?
If you'd noticed it would have been bigger.
Their speed's up as well, so they're going to be able to pick up both buffs on the bottom. Mid camps are coming up. The speed buff is... Look at the timers that just spawned.
I just want to see what the decision is going to be now that the Gold Fury's down. They need a fight, and they need to start taking some towers. The Gold Fury's fantastic. I think they could pressure the towers a little bit more.
I don't like the fact that Engine just actually back there when his tower is going to get very, very pressured. Kanye Life and Comfrey are going to rotate out. They think that Chalk is in the neighborhood.
Yeah, they think it's a bait because Thanatos should be in the area. They should know speed buff was available because red buff was available for themselves. As we know, the map mirrors. So you should have an idea that someone might be there.
Thanatos actually does manage to save the tower just barely. That thing is hanging on by a thread and still, oh my God, extends their lead overall after that engagement finally finishes. It's 4,600 gold.
Is the lead enough though? We know the strength of Titan's comp. Right. Is it going to be enough of the lead to hold them throughout this game for OMG?
Thanatos is going to fall off. Odin's going to fall off. On her is not going to be as strong as Apollo. What it's going to come down to is if they can shut Ataraxia down, if they can stop Repicast from ever coming online. Let's take a look at the build here. Repicast sitting on Balance Blade. In hand gold, 1,100. Needs 700 before Kali becomes super relevant.
Super relevant. Mid lane though, an engagement once again as Thanatos is coming in onto Prime. Prime's taking so much damage, and now you're going to see Kanye cut out of position, but the damage was already done. Prime is dead again.
But smartly, Engine calls out the rotation to mid lane. They back off. Beautiful play coming out front to back from China from both offense and defense. And yes, they're going to lose the mid camp on left here, but picking up Pretty Prime once again, I'm sure they're not too worried about it.
They're not too worried about it at all. They've taken right already. They've already stolen away some jungle. They stole the blue buff twice. Sorry, 3 times they've stolen the blue buff on the right side and the red buff. So 1 Harpy loss, I can take it.
So Engine on the right side, completely uncontested. Comfrey should rotate back in before he loses too much, if anything. He'll lose a little bit of gold here. I doubt any experience. No, he's back in.
So with 14.5 minutes in game, 8-4 in favor of OMG, the Chinese #1 seed, 4,500 gold lead, 5,000 experience. And right now, the Gold Fury's got about another 2 minutes. I want to see some pressure on these towers now.
Fighting Jay tried to do the bird bomb on the exact push or exact respawn, and he didn't quite get it. It was off by half a second.
It looks cool when you do it, but when you mess it up, he's like, damn, I look stupid now. Damn.
2 of my spells are down.
Nobody saw that. The camera wasn't on me.
My camera was. All right, so Pretty Prime going to rotate down to the bottom. Oh, he's not going to get the experience, though. I wonder if that's frustration or just miscommunication, because Repicas takes solo experience on the bot camp when Pretty Prime was on the way.
Prime is level 12. He's level 12. Isis level 15 in this mid lane.
How is Athena level 12?
I don't understand how Prime's fallen so far behind in terms of experience. He's died 3 times. I just feel he's not on his game right now.
Ming Jiu has an advantage, Enjing has a small advantage, Neverans has a huge advantage, and then of course Nifang. But Nifang's taking some serious poke.
He was okay, he had Chaka's back up there underneath the tower, a bit risky to try and go in, but it's Afro and Carly too. Mid lane though, there's a bit of gathering up once again.
Yeah, they were, assuming, waiting for the camp, but they backed off. Neverons kept them completely locked down, and Fighting Jay solos it freely.
Solos it freely. The tower on the right-hand side getting pressured again, but nothing really going to happen because Chuck is
hovering death.
No, he went base. He based.
Oh, I saw him jump into the air. Oh my God. I was wondering why he was doing that with half health. I'm like, that's so dangerous.
It's a brave play.
You know, this is what I expected from China. I expected a lot of patience, a lot of defense. Generally, even in fighting games, when we see a player come from overseas, from the east, is a lot of, footsies, a lot of patience, and they will only engage when they have an advantage. Here, it's much of the same. The only time we've seen them engage at a disadvantage was Fighting Jay's successful defense of the second Gold Fury.
Yeah, talking about engages here. Thanatos is looking for the speed buff here, but looks like he's going to find Carly.
God.
Carly jumps to half health, going to get silenced. Athena's going to come in the double ult force by Thanatos. And now, just as the Gold Fury spawns, he did that. He knew the timing.
And Kanye just used the ultimate, meaning they're not going to have that sneaky defense. Circle of protection comes down, blowing it up. Chalk in the front line, trying to shut down the preemptive strike.
Zoning.
Absolutely free Gold Fury. Oh my God.
Oh my God, indeed. They still keep all their towers. They may lose the right one in trade, but it's still the right play to make. And now they're going to be able to continue this advantage. OMG, looking so good.
We have seen Titan down before. Like you said before.
I know.
We've seen them down by thousands and thousands of gold and dozens of kills and phoenixes and towers and gold furies and fire giants, and they've still won. Don't count out the #1 seed from Europe just yet.
Yeah, but don't discount China's performance so far. They're starting to pressure mid lane as a group.
Beautiful shot over
Very
the
ball
wall.
over the wall, but Prime's getting some okay damage off on Chuck, but he's just not got the levels for the real damage you'd like to see. Comfrey's caught outside the ring there, and he's going to get hit by the silence. Nothing more comes from it. An engagement of ultimates, but nothing happened.
Humphrey is so tanky. He's got that breastplate of Valor online, got the shoes of focus for extra healing. I love it.
Rappy's going in though, trying to get some damage off, forcing Isis to disengage. Isis is the target.
Yeah, definitely. You can see it blinking. She's backing off here. She probably recognizes that fact as well. Repicas doesn't have an ultimate here for another 13 seconds. So expect him to go for the rush down. Oh, she's been stopped. That's going to be it. Reppy found the kill.
He finds one, and Thanatos is in the sky. As they continue down up to Jay, who jumps away. Reppy's going to be fine though, gets stunned out. And now you can see the siege from Titan starting to happen, because on the left-hand side, Ataraxia is continuing the push there too. It's a 4v3 in mid.
Oh, Mingzi very low right now. Activates. Oh, he's going to be the target, so it may be a rotation.
In mid again, Kanye's going to get the turn off, and Fighting Jay's going to go down. Chuck can only watch as his compatriot goes down. Now they're going to get tier 1 mid.
They're going to get tier 1 left, most likely, as well as Ataraxia is going to burn that one down. Mingziu forced back to the base there thanks to a successful boxing attempt coming out from Captain Ataraxia.
So we now, 18 minutes in, look at the golden experience lead. It's just dropped.
Yeah, significantly.
There's 3 gold furies to China, but right now the experience and gold difference do not add up.
That's right. I mean, given the fact that they took about 1,000 gold, it makes sense that they're only up by 33. But given the kills, they should be up by a little bit more. I was expecting maybe another 800 in their favor, but unfortunately, that's not what we're seeing. The captain, or Ataraxia, making sure that left side gets pushed down. An amazing offense coming out from Repicas and Kanye Life in the mid, making up for the early game. It looks like Kali's starting to come online.
Well, they're starting to group as well. Titan is starting to come together as a team, and that's where this composition really works. With Aphrodite there and Athena to engage, and then you've got Repicas who can just jump in and get heals consistently. This is where the team becomes strongest, but this is a good play from China. They're trying to pressure mid.
Eyes on Repicas in the back line. Ataraxia still has his ultimate available as well.
No one else is here though, but Repicas is going to go in solo. He's going to get some good damage off, and now you can see juking around using the single protection. He lives. Thanatos in the sky. The silence comes out from Chak as well as the dunk.
How is Reppy alive?
Reppy's still
How
alive
is Reppy
too.
alive?
He's not alive anymore as the Wingus connects, and the fight continues on. Kanye's getting hit up. He's going back. Ataraxia though finds Isis.
That's right, in the back line. Nifeng dies as well. We are going to see a 3v4 engagement in favor of Titan as Mingzi Yu finally rotates in. We're going to see some beautiful Desert Fury coming out from Mingzi Yu. Bird Bomb coming down to turn this one into a 3v3, but Chak is forced to back. Mingzi Yu has jumped out, and the shield is getting whittled down very quickly.
Kanye played big in that. He used the strike for the slow DM.
Still jumping.
But he's still alive.
Nah, I jumped into a creep wave. Wasn't getting into that one. Either way, Titan takes their first real win as they find a 3 for 2 engagement.
It wasn't a real win. That was even.
You think so?
Well, the Gold Fury's still down. What
That's
else
true.
can you get off it? There's nothing to get.
There's nothing.
So it's even. I don't think they got much out of that, honestly. They lost a tower.
Actually, in fact, looking at the gold, it's 3,600. It actually went down a little bit.
Even. Down, even.
So China continues to pressure and maintain their lead. But remember, guys, Odin starting to fall a little bit behind. Kanye left level 14 right now. Odin, who doesn't even scale as hard in terms of defense and who doesn't have nearly as much pressure.
I'll say it again. Odin is still going to be an influence with the ring.
Sure.
Reduces healing by 100%, so that's Afro nullified for a few seconds, okay?
That's right. Afro can knock it out.
Speed is reduced while you're inside it. That's Carly hurt during the team fights if he can use it.
But Fighting Jay is not leveling the ultimate. He's only he's leveling the 1 and the 2 as predicted, and now Gungnir's Might, which means there's not going to be as big of an attack speed
Only
reduction.
20%.
20%.
It's not that much, really. I mean, if you max it all the way, it is 60%, which is huge. He is playing Guardian, though, and it normally takes a lot longer for that to get online. But look at OMG now. They're swinging left. They're swinging left hard for Ataraxia. They're going to commit for this one. The stun connects us. The news for you in a ring. Dead. Everybody was enjoying that one. And now, the fire call.
Fire Giant. They recognize it. Engine already rotating. It looks like the rest of the guys are rotating as well. The ring is going to be down here. Remember, guys, so is Hovering Death. It's still not even below half, so I don't know if they're going to have the pressure to go forward. They're going to be forced to retreat, meaning they gain absolutely nothing.
Nobody gets anything. Only Ataraxia died. Everything's okay for now.
All right, so rushing towards the right side. Yeah, no. Oh, look at Anher. Mingzi Yu is going to go for it.
He could probably solo this. He is Anher after all. It's nothing to really have to deal with. It's just Anher going to be able to use the use the...
This is free.
Yeah, he should, because nobody else is here. They realize it's warded up. They can't do fire, and they're too late to contest now.
I really love the rotation to Fire Giant. It was a brilliant call. It's just they spotted it out. They had the vision.
Chak on zoning duty. The Gold Fury goes down again. Athena engages with a taunt, though, and now the silence comes out. Reppy's in a lot of trouble. He's looking for his target. He jumps in. He needs 1 or 2. He gets the reset. He's in the ring, though. Thanatos in the sky. He's going to look to dunk Reppy. Reppy jukes it out. Still alive. Here comes Apollo.
The throw is here. Repicas able to clean it up. The health gain is too much. Already 2 people, 3 people down. About to turn to Forest. Back off finds both the targets on the opposite sides of the fight. Fighting Jay over the wall.
Oh!
Pretty Pride finds the kill.
And now what is Titan going to do with this advantage they have? They're looking at the fire, DM.
Absolutely.
This is the right call.
100%. Now, I kind of missed the call here. Did Fighting Jay have his ultimate available when Repicas got the kill?
I believe so.
If he did, that was a throw. If he used it for the healing reduction, Repicas would not have been able to turn that fight like he did. However, if he didn't have it, that's just the nature of Kali. We'll eventually check the replay, but for right now, it's going to be about Titan. 5 men strong, taking the Fire Giant.
Fire Giant goes down. They're going to take the Harpies too. Expect them to recall shortly and start the siege, or maybe just have an Ataraxia split push, because he's winning this battle of nerves between him and Anher.
Now, Oh My God still has a 2,800 gold advantage, but the experience difference has swung favorably for Titan.
Titan now taking the lead for the very first time, DM.
Yes.
Very first time in this game. It's taken them a while, but you kind of called this. You said at the start of the game, OMG is very early game. They need a good lead. They had a good lead, but does it seem enough? We'll see.
They won that fight, hands down, front to back, until Repicas found the kill on the target, which was just barely. Mingzi Yu should not have turned around and then Nifeng missed the ultimate. If he would have stunned Reppy, he could have bring it down.
Feng's up again. Feng's going to come down, but where's he going to land? Reppy his face again. Spirit Ball comes out, does not connect. He jumps into a ring. No, Reppy, I don't think you want to be there, my friend.
He has his ultimate, be able to stay alive for a little while longer. Neverhands goes down. Nifeng getting pressured in the backline as Comfrey keeping the dream alive once again. Trying to go for it. Reppy getting him super low. Healing's going to be able to keep him in there.
Ataraxia is coming in on the back. One kill, 2 kills. He's going to turn his attention for the 3rd. Chasing, fighting Jay. Meanwhile, Track being chased by the rest of Titan. He's going to drop to Reppy. And the Duke Boots from fighting Jay are not going to be good enough. That's a
good.
Phoenix.
That's a DSI. That could be the game if they're fast enough. Keep your eyes on the prize, boys. Let's see it. First one, tier 2, gonna go down.
Tier 2 drops down already. Prime is waiting for his teammates to come. Comfrey's gonna lead the charge and be like, I'll tank.
So we're gonna go into the Phoenix. Already down a quarter, already down to half, already down to 25%, and it's gone.
It has gone down.
Why are they not ending?
Right now. They could have, actually, you're right. I mean, with 1 second on ISIS.
They could have ended.
They could have ended. They could have ended. I agree.
Very surprised to see Titan of all people not to go for that. They should know the power of a comeback.
When they do a Cloud9. Can you imagine Titan doing
Is that what we're calling it?
It's a Cloud9.
We're gonna call it the Cloud9?
It's a Cloud9.
That's rough.
That's rip the dream.
So everybody has respawned. We're going to be able to check out here what they're going to be able to do. Now, Fire Giant's still, of course, on cooldown. That buff still active for about another 2 minutes or so, which is going to help them greatly as they continue their push. Remember, Fire Giant buff gives you a ridiculous amount of regen, a ridiculous amount of damage, and extra bonus damage to structures.
Grouping up in mid lane now at Titan. You can see Feng off on the wings, though, trying to be on duty, but he's taking free poke for free. Going to be half health now, and he's already used the beads, and his Medjai's is down too. Reppy's like, hi.
See, this is the problem with Thanatos. When he threw in that death sight that was hitting for 50%, and it now hits for 15%, and Kali's running around taking all of your health in 2 seconds, what can you do? The early game comp didn't finish the game fast enough, and now the boys on Titan have a very sick advantage going into
double turn into the stun from Prime. The ring is down, though, defensively from Odin.
Prime finds one.
Does find one. Ataraxia ducks into the back looking for Meng. Can he get the kill?
Ming Xiu very low. Desert Fury a little bit too late. Ataraxia finds the kill. Repikas finds Neverhounds active with the ultimate. Second Phoenix will go down, and Fighting Jay is going to have to fight 5 to be able to save this one.
It looks like Fighting Jay is going to put on a performance, but can he do it? He's surrounded by 5 members of Titan. Titan with the comeback in this game. OMG. Oh my God, did they perform well, but Titan will move on.
When it comes down to it, China put on an unbelievable performance, guys. Give it up for the guys of OMG.
Really give it up for those boys. Honestly, both these two teams are fantastic. Everyone underestimated China.
Everyone.
And today, they showed they can play this game.
Brilliant, brilliant third game. That's going to do it for China this morning. It's going to do it for Europe this morning. We have one more game to go, but before we talk about that, we're going to check out the Alienware Analyst Desk with Golden Boy and the boys. Stick around.
All right. Well, my goodness. I mean, you know, it was called at the start. The big question was, you know, they're really focused on the early game. We were talking about it while the match was going on. You know, Dryberry specifically said this game needs to end at around that 15-minute mark. They just cannot let Titan overcome. And lo and behold, what happens? Titan overcomes, not after exactly that point, but because OMG definitely made it very, very hard. Dryberry, what are your thoughts in regards to this matchup, what we just saw?
Well, we saw a lot of things from them, especially that first blood that came out. And I think OMG just really drove it home. I was so excited to see them play. This is the Logitech first blood. There's Nifeng up in the air. The dunk comes down, and this seemed like a bad play. I mean, it's going 2 versus 1. The rotation came out, and watch how low he gets in this engagement. He pulls the mid camps. You saw the first little pop-up of Magic Potion really helped him in getting the taunt. He's looking like he's trouble. He's got that life still. There's the ultimate to heal. At the last second, gets the kill, gets the heal, and that is going to be the first blood. But OMG really showing what they're made of today. I was so excited. And you're right. I mean, they need to get that early game push to end it. And I think what happened is they didn't really have that derail, because if you're playing an early game kill team, you're focused on kills. At one point, maybe like 9 to 10 minutes, you need to derail off and look for towers. They never derailed. They kept going for kills. It was like, 15 minutes in, they had like a 6K gold lead against Titan, no less, but they kept killing instead of going for objectives.
Now, before we get into the player of the game, I just want to give a shout out to Zimstar over here. In his top 4 prediction, he said OMG or Titan. You weren't sure, and you look like a gosh darn genius now, okay, because of that. But we got to highlight the player of the game there, without a doubt, the gamer launch player of the game. Let's stand that one. Repicos there, looking great, 6.5 KD. He got a multi-kill as well. You know, he went on a 6 killing spree, and, you know, did a good job with the wards as well. Good placement there. Repicos, just great work in the jungle.
I think the player or the god of the game is just going to be Aphrodite Kali. I mean, that's all it, right? I mean, you just got major heals and then the left click of the Kali. And that's the whole point, is that they needed to end this. I mean, 25, 30 minutes is the farthest they can go with this game. With that lineup, Odin falls off, Thanatos falls off. They had Ming Ziyu. Amazing play. This guy was conquering Ataraxia every stage of the turn. And I think they had a good play. They just never turned that anything. They didn't turn that gold out.
Yeah, and I guess, Allied, we'll jump over to you real quick. We were all really concerned about the early portion of the game for them, but those standouts, I mean, anything I should say in particular that stood out for you for OMG.
So one thing, this is how you could tell they were actually disciplined, and they were really, like, they're here to win. They're here, like, I guarantee you, they'll make it out of wild cards, 100%. They're here to win. Was the On-Her player. He absolutely, all right, so Ataraxia got an early, like, he got early 3 kills just on pickups, and generally that's really hard to deal with as an AD carry, especially coming from my perspective. I'm like, that's going to be really hard for him to deal with, especially considering On-Her starting to fall off. And he absolutely, I think he got out of laning phase into a late game team fight, going 2-0 with like really good farm and just absolutely outstanding. And then the jungler, Nei Fang, his Thanatos was like, his mechanics were on point. At one point, ulted on Repicos, and then like he pre-beads Kali's stun and reset his cooldowns, and then just as soon as Kali ulted, immediately walked away. He's like, I'm not messing with that.
Loved it.
It was outstanding. Even Zimstar, he was just like, he was saying, no, oh my god, like just crazy.
Guys, so back here, like, we're watching a game and everything. Zimstar just jumps out of his seat as soon as OMG, you know, it like comes up on top in that first exchange. That was some cool stuff. I mean, also the 3 Gold Furies that they got too, right? That, I mean, you can't argue with that. And that, I believe it was the second one.
The second one.
Where they basically just zoned him out. They were just like, yeah, you thought you had this, but haha, joke's on you. Not going to be the case. Zim, your thoughts?
I mean, that Shaq ultimate to secure the Gold Fury to prevent the hog from another team is like so high level. The amount of communication that needs to go through to like be able to pull that off is really high.
Yeah.
As a team today, OMG played better than Titan as a team. All right. Then you have individual players. Some were lacking, you know, some were better. If I was Titan right now, I'd be concerned, like, okay, if we didn't have Kali after this game, what would have happened? And if that's the only trick you can bring out, I'd be really concerned about, you know, what are we going to do against better teams?
Interesting stuff there. Of course, guys, we want to hear what you think on the interwebs. So just feel free to get on Twitter, use the hashtag SWC. Also, make sure you include the name for Smite at Smite Game, so that this way, you know, it's all tagged and good stuff. If you want to include the link to the stream, that'd be a good thing too. But show us a picture. Let us know, how are you watching the Smite World Championships powered by Curse Voice? Let us know. We saw one guy, he had just stacks on stacks of Mountain Dew, Doritos, Monster, Red Bull, every beverage possible was right in front of him. And he was ready. You could tell he was ready for war, ready for the World Championships. So some pretty exciting stuff there, guys. Make sure you're out there. And also for those of you folks in the arena, there's some giveaways here too. So, you know, I'm sure you'll get cues on that throughout the weekend. But, I mean, again, just really, really just blown away by that game. That was so fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Is it safe to say, Dry Bear, that China's knocking on the door?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look at the difference, right? Titan's been playing for about 2 years.
Yeah.
We saw OMG play for 3.5 months on a game that's not released in their country. I mean, the difference here is amazing, and I really want to know what they can do with another year of practice. SWC 2016 is looking very scary for North America and for Europe, and yeah, I think a lot of people discounted the Chinese players coming into this, right? I mean, they thought, no, there's no way they can do this, but looking at that, I mean, that was just a case of circumstance. They went for an early game team, it didn't work out, but they crushed, and they showed, guys, we're here.
Yeah, my mind is blown, man. I'm really excited for next year. Scared too. I don't want to
trembling in your boots.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. But I mean, yeah, they played great. OMG is. Oh man, they're gonna get out again, I think, from the stage.
Honestly,
right?
The sheer amount of execution and just mechanical skill that I saw in that one game alone, I'm excited for the China hype train. Honestly, for 2016, it's gonna look really good.
No
And
fear, no fear at all. Man.
Yeah,
Just went in. Just,
I can't even believe it. Like, I'm still like kind of shocked because that was crazy
Yeah.
display.
Yeah, and I think that was called too. This was like one of the best matches that we were going to witness in the first round.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I had him pegged the entire time. I knew that OMG versus Titan was going to be the best match in the first brackets, and now I actually know why they're called Oh My God, because that's what everyone was saying for 30 minutes straight. You were out of your chair, everyone was super excited, and now, you know, going into the bottom side of the bracket, we're going to see, obviously, Cog Prime versus 404, but I'm super hyped for the wild cards now.
Yeah.
We've got We Love Bacon, DID, OMG, and then...
Those games are going to be good. They're going to be real good, folks. Can't wait to dive into that one, but let's jump into some top plays from the Smite Pro League, and you know, we'll hop into that, and then we'll get more discussion going after that.
Look at Lasses.
I don't know. God, if the spreads, there's the Athena ultimate coming out as well. Here he comes in. Oh, he's gonna do so much damage. He just needs the ult and get the ult to detonate. He has it here. Now go to the Incon. They just need to detonate on 3 here. If they can just kill Kiki and get it to bot, they did. The poison spread around now. But Lasses is down, and maybe enough to take down Incon. One more tick's gonna do it. And down! Continental triple kill for Lasses from Cloud9 hi-rez. Fire Giant is started. Zoning out the team is zeros. One death side could have made a lot of trouble for Ed or even Emilito at this point. Blinky as Emilito past the silence. He's going and get the knockup. Can he steal? He's gonna go for it. He's gonna get it. Emilito with the plays. Finds the Fire Giant there. Optics picks off Maniac as well. That's a lot of damage gone.
Here. Yeah, and Devios actually trying to distract him as the fire minions are going to go down. Devios is going to get chased out. The Boosh really thinking about getting up in here, but he's not realizing it. Now here's Boosh. Oh, no, Mike! Finds a double in the huge fit and then turns it around.
Oh, they're coming in from Prime as well. Get out of my face, Optics.
Up on the top side, Repicos finding a kill, going super deep here. Still has his ultimate available. Double kill for Kali. Still going deep. Bobat jumping away. Repicos trying to find a way back in. Fire Giant still available as well. He's going for it. Stunned. There's another one. Triple kill for Repicos. Going again. hi-rez the target. Jumping away. Jumping back in. Quadra kill for Repicos.
And now they're going to push us to the Phoenix in mid lane. They've all got Fire Giant. The respawn time is 40 seconds plus on almost all of them. Are you... What happened? What? How is this possible? They're just going to end the game. How did this happen? Distraction.
All right, so some awesome plays there, of course, but
Oh, yeah.
diving deeper into this match and some of the key plays as well. We'll get into the Alienware play of the game in just a bit, but I have to say, man, one, I'm just completely flabbergasted by how OMG approached that one. We do have, though, a great play of the game, an Alienware play of the game, a triple kill from Ataraxia. That was incredible. Set this up for us, Trevor.
So you saw the dunk on the top. He goes up in the air, and this is the power of Apollo. This was a great fight on the left side of the map by OMG. The problem is Apollo's going to get a dunk, and a single auto attack after the crash gets this killed. I was actually out of my chair at this point. You see the dunk, they almost about to get away, and then boop.
Oh my
I love it. And then he dashes forward. He's going to fight Odin. Odin's got the juke shoes on, right? The juke boots, but there's nothing he can do to stop this train. Ataraxia basically secured that back line, meaning that there was no escape for OMG, and it was done.
Very, very tough to come out of that. I mean, especially considering that late game build was just too strong for them. Let's take a look, though, at the map here and see as we have a much different story than what we saw in the previous two games. Correct, gentlemen? I would have to say, you know, it looks like a very fair, you know, 49% for Titan, 51% map control for OMG, even though they lost. Zimp, your thoughts in regards to this? Anything that stands out to you?
Yeah, Titan is a very Gold Fury oriented team. They will try to get all the Gold Furies, and as you see, OMG got all the Gold Furies this game, and I'm just super impressed by how a team can just lock it down so well. Other than that, across the board was really, really even. So
good stuff there. Of course, that Gold Fury, 100%.
Yeah,
that is something you just cannot ignore.
Well, it's awesome, right? I mean, you got 100% gold Fire Giant for Titan and 100% Gold Fury for OMG. OMG got the first three Gold Furies of the game. There was no Gold Fury taken after that, and Titan just narrowly got that Fire Giant after Oh My God dropped it, right? And the problem is they really needed to protect Ming Ji Yu to be able to win those team fights. That was the power that they had on her. As soon as he dropped, the team fight was done. They just need to really be careful about their positioning. But again, this was like a sliver. They were so close to taking this match.
Honestly, I was just really excited. Even though all aboard the China hype train. I just wanted to say that Titan did a really good job recovering. And honestly, a lot of teams don't realize recovering in a situation like that, momentum's low. Like, I've been there, I've done that. It's like, man, we need to go late game. 30 minutes in, like, we need at least 40 minutes to get our builds online. And honestly, I think Titan, they kept their composure, they kept their cool. Repicos made it happen. The Aphrodite came through. Once Aphrodite was online, rotating the team fights, everything seemed to click, and Titan was back, like, ready to win. And just a couple of key moments, mostly triggered by Ataraxia, believe it or not. I think he played absolutely stellar, especially like seeing his team like falling way too far behind, like pretty problems getting farmed in the middle lane. He was just like, there's nothing you could do. Odin blinking and caging, and I think they just played an outstanding job, especially also with the jungle control. I mean, you can even see they even took a chip, they took a bite out of OMG's meta camp on dual lane side. They're like, I'll take, I'm gonna take one.
Yeah, I think another thing to note here too for Titan was, the one word outlast. Right, that was their game plan from the start. It was, guys, this is not looking really well. We have to survive, and that's what it was. Survivability. That is exactly what Titan did there. It played into it as well. You said it was good on them. Good on them for like keeping consistent, not really knocking themselves out of the game. But the truth is, it was just really tough for OMG.
Today's been awesome, man.
Oh, today's been
overall.
great.
Let's check out the brackets, actually. The upper bracket is done. Let's look a little bit at the lower bracket of the top part from round one. You can see that the wild cards are almost filled out here. DID as well as We Love Liking locked in there. OMG, of course, just narrowly missing that win down in the wild cards. One more game left in the upper bracket. We've got Cognitive Prime versus Name Not Found in a best of one to see who is going on to face off against Titan and who will actually be going down into the wild cards to face off against OMG. Today is not yet over.
Not at all, folks. You have Cognitive Red and SK, that matchup. That's going to be fireworks. And that potential Cog Prime Titan matchup, though, sounds really good. But they got to get through Name Not Found first off, right? It's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough. So, guys, we have some cool stuff that we're going to be sharing with you guys here at the Smite World Championships, powered by Curse of Voice, excuse me. Of course, we'll be back here in a little bit, but we're going to toss it over to Todd, talk about what's going on with Smite on Xbox One.